Hey Cancer, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your storyline on this one, go check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Although I don't really consider Venus much of a major placement for myself. So, all right, so we're going to start with the Botanical Inspiration check for an intuitive vibe of where we're going. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do so. If you've already hit it, don't hit it again. And then we're going to move on from the Botanical Inspirations to a regular tarot reading, like a more traditional spread. So we have Crocus, the first flower of spring. Although I would have said that was a lily of the valley myself. But okay, Crocus. Cheerfulness. It is spring again. The earth is like a child that knows poems by heart. So that's real key. I love that. Cheerfulness. Okay, well, and those of us in the southern hemisphere, which are not me, so I don't know why I said S, but those of you in the southern hemisphere, it is spring. So one of our first flowers of spring, crocusing up, popping up here, cheerfulness. And then we have Amaryllis, determination and creative achievement. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Maya Angelou. So can't use up creativity. So getting creative and being cheerful. Well, that sounds like a great week. Cancer. I'm going to be a Cancer this week. Determination and creative achievement. Wait, that was not supposed to happen. Seven of Wands. We're going to take this as an overall energy here. This is defending yourself, being defensive. And it could be being defensive in a good way, defending yourself against naysayers. So there could be a lot of things coming in here that are going to make you want to not be cheerful or determined. So here you're determined to fight off those naysayers and be cheerful. All right, Cancer. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay. Man, this Ace of Wands is making the rounds this week. In your recent past, you have this Nine of Cups. Some sort of achievement, lots of happiness, emotional fulfillment. You were proud of it. You wanted to show it off, show off the baby. When you have a baby, you want to show them off. Make sure everybody sees that baby. So you achieved some sort of happiness, some sort of level of very satisfying situation. You were proud of yourself, proud of your accomplishments, possibly even proud of your emotional maturity, how you handled something, very proud of it. You're showing it off here. You're proud of how you handled something and how you've dealt with some emotional ups and downs. You've got all 9 cups here, not 10, but you've got 9 cups, most of them, and they're all full and none of them are spilled. And you kind of feeling like your ducks are all in a row and you've got this settled. And then in your current situation, you're having Ace of Wands. You're having a very inspired new beginning. This Ace of Wands, sort of a divine inspiration, very inspired, very exciting new beginning. Oh my gosh, creative achievement. Maybe this is a creative idea because Wands tend to be about inspiration, about creativity, maybe spirituality, maybe sexuality, but a lot of inspiration here. So something very creative, a cool new idea coming in. It's got legs. It could go somewhere. You've got a book. You're learning about it. This candle is out, but I don't think it matters because it's not. You don't need a candle anymore. You don't need like just this little piece of inspiration. You've got a raging inferno of inspiration. Look at these flames. But this is inspiration, passion. Passion is coming in here. A new passionate beginning, something very exciting coming in. So this candle can be blown out a little bit because who needs a candle with that level with a wall of flame coming in here, a flaming wall of inspiration. This angel coming in with some ideas, look into the future, a vision for the future. Oh, wow. In your inner landscape, you have the Moon card, which is cool because that's Cancer right there. You're all in your inner landscape. But it's also subconscious issues. So you may want to be doing some work with your dreams, Subconscious issues coming in here, having an effect on you. You may be worried about them. They may be becoming more conscious because they're on your mind. It's your inner landscape, so there's no more inner landscape card than the moon. Subconscious, what's going on in your subconscious. But you may be wanting to pay close attention to your dreams. I use Curious Dreamer for my dream interpretation. It's a website online. That helps with that. You could keep a dream journal. I've been keeping a dream journal for several decades now. I really get a lot out of it. It really has guided me a lot. So there's something in your subconscious that's trying to come up, and you need to be paying attention to those little niggles, for those little thing. Oh, look at, there's a lobster, which is reminding me that I was down at the creek the other day, and there was a crawdad that was trying to eat me, and it's this little crawdad, and it was trying to eat me, and I was all ooh, and then I was like later, like, what if it did eat me? Like, how many chunks would it take out of me? Like, I don't know, an idea to explore. I was like, what if I did just let that crawdad continue on with its meal and see how much it did get out of me? I'm sure it wouldn't have hurt very badly. So anyway, I don't know. I just saw that lobster in there. So exploring some things in your subconscious. And there's a crab here. That's you, if you didn't know that already. So there's lots of little animals here, little things to explore. So there could be just some little things to explore in your subconscious, some ideas to experiment with. So maybe you do go like I did with the crawdad. Maybe that's why I told you that story. What if? What if this thing happened? What's the worst that could happen if this crawdad started nibbling at me? Which it did, but I just didn't let it continue. I don't know, some sort of issue in your subconscious. So I couldn't even begin to guess what that is, but you probably have an inkling. You probably have a little niggle here. So just doing some exploration with maybe your dreams, or looking into possibilities of different things and what they mean, and exploring different possibilities. It really is the quintessential internal landscape card. I mean, it's got even this like the surreal moonscape here, which is interesting because this is artwork from medieval and Renaissance artwork, but I'm just seeing, oh my gosh, what's that guy's name? Salvador Dali here. That's it. So anyway, yeah, looking into your subconscious. You might be worried about what you're going to find there. So maybe making friends with your subconscious. See if maybe that little crawdad that's acting all nasty, maybe that crawdad just wants to play. Maybe that crawdad just needs a little snack, and you got a little snack to give it. Like, no skin off your back. So looking in at some of those creepy crawlies in our subconscious, and those little issues, and maybe making friends with them a little bit, not being quite so scared of them as I was. It was a little unreasonable to be scared of something that's like that big, right? It wasn't like a scorpion or anything. It was just a little crawdad. So just yeah, it wasn't that scary. It's just a little crawdad. So you got some crawdads in your subconscious. So go look at them. They might not be that big of a deal. They might not be that scary. Make friends with something in some sort of fear you have. Kind of work with it. Make friends with it. What's an issue here is this Page of Wands. Oh, wow, Gemini just got this too. Feeling uninspired. Maybe this message. I mean, this is what's funny is you get this Ace of Wands here. Whoa, this raging inferno of inspiration coming in here. But what's that issue? Maybe you're not getting a message. Maybe you're feeling a little abandoned. Maybe you're not feeling the inspiration. Somebody around you might be feeling inspiration, might be having this idea, and you're not really feeling it. Could be a subconscious issue that's kind of holding you back here. Maybe you've inherited this idea and you didn't really want it, and you're just like, what? Okay, that's nice that you're feeling very inspired, but I'm not feeling very inspired by this idea. Could have been a message you're waiting for, just not coming in. Your fire is not being lit, or somebody here isn't inspired. Maybe you're the one with the massive inspiration, and other people are like, meh, I don't know. That's an interesting idea, but I don't really care. So that's what's at issue, is this Page of Wands. Pages are learning, so it could also be not wanting to learn, not wanting to learn about something, or just not taking the steps you need, not being curious about the idea. And maybe there's something in your subconscious that's holding you back from really looking closely at this and really learning from something. And that's what you need to look into, is what's that little crawdad in there that looks so big and scary, but once you take a step back, it's probably a pretty tiny little fear there. So, and then in your environment, you have this death card. So death usually doesn't really talk about death. It usually talks about some sort of transformation. And this is a major transformation. So something's changing in your environment. It's a pretty big deal. Possibly it could be moving, could be people coming in or out, a pretty big change, but something's ending. There's some sort of ending here, but we've got to bring in we've got the promise of a new beginning, but look at all these angels assisting and helping with that ending. I really like the death card in this deck. Doesn't emphasize the new beginning. It's just got a small little symbol, this lily of this new beginning. Oh, this crocus, the first flower of spring, references the new beginning, and we've got a lily here referencing a new beginning. But in the meantime, we've got all these angels coming in, helping with a big transition, a big life change, assisting you as you make some big changes. And it's going on around you. Someone around you is changing. Something's changing around you. And it's really interesting because I see these little things as coronavirus. Even though they're not red, and it's usually depicted as red, there's still a very similar shape. So it could be coronavirus going on around you, and that sort of changing your world and changing something in it, making these big changes. This isn't something that you're really driving. This is something that's sort of happening around you, or happening to you, or happening to people around you. Big changes being made. Because of, could be because of coronavirus, or because of just a big major transition. The whole world seems to be going through a big major transition right now, so it could be that, but it could be more personal. But it is in your environment card. Something going on around you is a big transition, a big ending. But there are angels helping. There is some sort of assistance. There's some sort of divine guidance with this. This is interesting because you have this Ace of Wands coming in here with all this passion and this idea. You've got these subconscious issues, and then you have this major change going on around you. Oh my God, Taurus just got this Queen of Swords. I love this here in your to-do list, Queen of Swords. Just focus on you. Just focus on your vision. Focus on your idea. You don't have to take this inherited vision. If someone else around you is like, this is going to be so exciting, you just get really clear on what you want. Right? Queen of Swords, she has a reputation for, oh, here you are defending what you want, defending this clarity. She's very, she has a reputation for being a bit of a bitch. Oh, look, we have this King of Swords and a Queen of Swords. Oh my goodness. So, this Queen of Swords, she has a reputation for being a little bit bitchy. She can cut down, she can be a little snarky. But the thing is, she's very clear on who she is, on what she wants. And when she's over-focused on that, she can forget that the delivery of the message can help receive the message. So your communication, you want to be very clear on what you want, very clear on what you think about something. That changes some sort of dynamic here, but you want to come in very clear on what you think, very clear on who you are. Very clear, and the communication needs to be clear, because when we blunt that communication, or when we can sometimes, like Queen of Swords, I was saying, like she can be a little blunt, but blunt is a butter knife, not a sword. This is a nice, sharp sword. So she's going to be very precise with her language. She's not going to muddy the waters with any sort of passive-aggressive additional comments. She's not going to be rude, because when we want to communicate clearly, we need to do it also with a lot of precision and a lot of kindness, and making sure that we're not accidentally saying things that we don't mean to say, because any kind of hurtful communication that comes in with our truth can create a barrier to the person receiving that. Then their guard goes up and they can't receive what we're trying to tell them. We're trying to tell them our truth. What you're trying to communicate, what you think, what you believe. And if you're too harsh with that, it can't be received, because obviously the other person's going to put some armor on. If it looks like it's going to be painful, sounds like it's going to be painful, they're going to have some barriers up, and it's going to be a lot more difficult to communicate what you want to communicate. So you want to be coming in with sharpness, not as in like rudeness, or not as in meanness, but sharpness as in just being very precise and not muddying the waters with a bunch of bullshit, and bullshit can come in being ruder than you need to be, having passive aggressive writers on what you're trying to say, or pussyfooting around it, just coming in really clear, being really clear, making sure what you're saying it in a way where the mark can be hit. So Queen of Swords energy coming in sharp, just clear. You could read this expression as kind of bitchy, or you can read it as just very focused. So being focused on who you are, on what you want, on what your truth is, what you've experienced, what you believe, and what you want to communicate, and being very clear on what you want to communicate, and doing your best to do it with as much clarity and precision as possible. Where this brings you, a possible outcome here, is this King of Swords. I do like that we have a matched set of ideas and communication, two equal communicators. King of Swords, it's a court card, so it could be an actual person that you'll be meeting in the near future, or it could be an energy that you're going to be now embodying. King of Swords, he's got a lot more generosity than Queen of Swords. He's looking out for everybody. So maybe part of you getting clear on who you are and what you want out of a situation, what you want to communicate, and what you believe is actually going to be good for everybody involved in the end. King of Swords allows for extenuating circumstances. He really has a grasp, a very fair grasp on everything. It is someone that's in charge, probably in charge of a lot of things. He is a very traditional ruler. He protects his people. Very regal, very clear thinking, smart individual that you could be coming in contact, or could be coming more embodying that energy. Very smart individual, understands both sides, and brings truth into the king has an exterior focus. So the queen has a bit of more of an interior focus, just the way these things signify here. The queen will have a more interior focus. What's her truth? What does she want to say? What does she think? And king is talking more about what benefits everybody. What are the thoughts? How coming in with more of a what is his kingdom going to look like? But it is someone it's a bit more traditional king, and there's some sort of divine right to rule. Like he is an authority figure in his own right. Like he's in charge of something. He is an authority figure. A boss, a parent, although at some point you're a parent, it should not be being an authority figure at all. But you could be dealing with that, or you could be coming into more of that energy where once you're clear on what you think and what you believe, you can start wielding the sword of truth and clarity and understanding and intelligence more for everybody else. But first you have to get right with yourself and get really clear with yourself. All right, and then we're going to move on we're going to finish it off with a Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card here. Let's see what else we can find. All right, Cancer. Okay, being on your path, listening to the signals. But you're getting mixed, there could be some mixed signals, which is just a feeling I have over this whole thing, is there's some sort of mixed signals. That's why you're getting really clear with yourself, is that there's some sort of mixed signals. Could be in your subconscious issue, because we've got this Ace of Wands coming in here with this inspiration, and then what's at issue is this lack of inspiration. So that's creating a mixed signal for me. We have the Death card, but also this first thing of spring. We have you defending your ideas. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, so here it is. Let me show it to you. So, and then here's what this says. Finding your way. When your feet seem to lead you one way and your head says to go a different way, tune into your heart. I will guide you there, helping you see my signs and most easily find your way on your beautiful journey. So all about your way, finding your way on your beautiful journey. There could be a lot of mixed signals, and your job is just to focus on what you want out of the situation and what your truth and how you see it is. So that's going to be the best ways, tuning into your heart and figuring out what's there in your heart. All right, Cancer, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments, and I hope you have a great week.